fellowship with one another. Y'all better hear me now. When the last time you had fellowship with your pastor? When the last time you had fellowship with the saints? When the last time you was able to join hands and put the devil on the run? That's fellowship. That's an answer. Y'all don't hear me. Somebody here gotta get out that door. Come all the way back to the light. Yeah, Lord. Yes, Lord. I got fellowship with your sister Linda. I got fellowship with your first lady. I got sweet fellowship among the saints that can pray for me. Fellowship with the saints that can speak a word in my life. That's how I know you got fellowship. You can hear what God is saying for your pastor. That's how I know you got fellowship with your pastor. You got fellowship with your first lady. When you call her and say, woman of God, I'm praying for you. I don't need nothing, but I'm praying for you. What can I do for you? Anything you need in the Lord. That's fellowship. If you're dark, you gonna hide. If you're dark, you gonna run. If you're dark, you gonna give the saints a cold shoulder. But I come to tell you, stand on the answer. If you stand on the answer, if you stand on the answer, if you stand on the answer, if Minister Casey stand on the answer, and I stand on the answer, we got fellowship with one another. Hallelujah. When I got fellowship, I could be miles away. I can feel when something's wrong, but we both in the light. When I'm in the light and you in the light, I can see. Y'all better hear me. If I'm in the light, you can see my tears. If you're in the light, I can see your pain. If you're in the light, I can feel your heartache. But when you're separate in the darkness, all you're looking for is a light to get you out of your sin. All you're looking for is a pat on the back. When you're in darkness, you do everything you want to do. I come to tell you, come to the light. Come on now. Back to fellowship. Come on now. Back to breaking bread again. Come on now. With communion again, said the Lord. Come out your darkness. Come out. Come out. Come out. He said, come out of the darkness. Come out. Said the Lord. Come out. The Lord said, come out. I'm crying for you to come out. I'm begging you to come out. God said, right now, be delivered, be saved, be set free. Set the light. You can't hide the answer in the dark. You cannot hide the answer from the sinner while you're still in the dark. Come out, said the Lord. Come all the way out, said the Lord. Y'all better hear me. I can see if God never saved you. I can see if God never delivered you. I can see if you never came to a saving grace of Jesus Christ. And I got to understand it. But if you walk down to an altar one day, raise your hands and got filled with the Holy Ghost, there's no reason why you're still that bound. I heard the song say, if God deliver me one day, why should I be bound? Ah, Lord, why you so heavy when God saves you with deliverance power? Why you so bound if God saved you with resurrection power? I don't understand. How can we sit in the dark with an answer when the light was so strong that saved me? He pulled me out of darkness, translated me into the kingdom of his dear son. I've been translated from out of depression. I've been translated from out of wickedness. I've been translated out of perversion. I've been translated out of heaviness. I've been translated out of sin. I got a new life. I've been translated into a new light. I've been translated from darkness into light, from sin into deliverance, from weakness into power. Y'all better hear me. Y'all better hear me. I got the answer. You got the answer. Somebody here got to act like it. Somebody is waiting on you outside these doors. Somebody want what you got on the inside, on the outside, up the doors. Y'all better hear me. All this Jesus, you ain't got nothing to give him. All this power, and you ain't got nothing to give him. Something's wrong with your power. But I need somebody, as I go to my seat, give God some praise. I hear the Lord saying in my spirit, I'm not going to let you sit here as an answer while you're acting like the problem. That just fell in my spirit. You ain't going to sit here too long with an answer while you're acting like the problem. Because of you, I'm making plenty of room. You're going to make the room for those out there that need an answer to come in and get it. Y'all don't believe me. They don't believe me. I know what I heard God saying. You sitting here with an answer, but you're acting like the problem. When I need you to go join yourself to somebody, you joining yourself to yourself, to your desires, to your flesh, to your needs, to what you want. God said, that's all right. He told me, he said, Pastor, you just keep standing out because I'm going to do the separating. I don't have to put him out the church. I don't have to kick him out in the street. God said, I'm doing the separating, and it started now. Because my church is the answer. But I can't give an answer to those that got an answer and won't act like they have it. I don't care who you are. After YouTube now, how many tithes you give? If you got an answer and you the problem in the church, before that return come, if God delay is coming, he's going to remove you out the way and bring those in. Just looking for the answer that you're getting right now. Should have never got saved if you didn't want to be an answer. See, you the answer for a pastor doing it joyfully. You the answer for the pastor preaching with joy. But when you become a problem, you grieve him. The problems grieve him with their anger, with their attitude, with their jealousy, with their envy, with their strife, with their backsliding, with their half-heart. You grieve him, you become the problem. You ain't gonna stay around too long like that. Because you are taken away from the world that need an answer. When you sit in the church, it won't give it to them. many saints going and hiding in the altar call. Boy, it's quiet on me. You hiding yourself from sinners that need an answer you got once saved with. And we want to continue to come to church heavy and weighed down. There ain't no changing through the week. And you got them tongues you speaking in? What made you jump your body that high? With that same power that jumped you that high should be that same power to raise you up higher. Man, y'all, come on now. That same power had you running up and down the church. See, we got to answer when we need that burden lifted. We got to answer a praise. But when you need deliverance, you don't want no answer for that. You don't want no answer for deliverance. Let me do what I want to do. Now I want to hear it. See, we're exchange beauty for ashes. But when it comes to exchanging deliverance for sin, we want to keep our answer. We want to keep our problem and don't want the answer to it. See, time out for preachers paticating people. It's going to be all right. There's a time for that, but here's a time to tell you, get your big self up in the spirit. You don't need to keep heading your fur. Now get yourself up with your answer, with the answer inside of you. And do what God told you to do. See, what happens is when I'm in this zone, the real you come out when I'm in the zone. The real you come out other than the zone I'm in when I'm in the natural. Because we get all warm and fuzzy in the natural. Right. But when you start hitting the realm of the spirit, spirits get heavy on you. Boy, come on. Faces start, this face that you see smile with you in the natural is heavy in the spirit. Yeah. The agreement we had in the natural changes when I start speaking in the spirit. There's no amens too much of that. Because you a problem. I know what God say. Listen, I don't do this. I lay out before God to hear him. See, in the natural, I don't feel no heaviness. I feel all good. But in the spirit, I got to go through valleys, shadows of darkness. Because that's too much heaviness and with an answer inside of you. How much more counsel do we really need before you get it? From that last time, what have you took from that? Because if you really got something from it, it should have been a change. Because see, when you a problem, I'm gonna tell you now. If you ain't got an answer, you the problem. You ain't gonna tell everything. When you talking, you ain't gonna tell everything what you're doing. Because see, what happens is when folks dealing with demon spirits, you can talk about everything but what they dealing with. Because when you start talking about what they dealing with, that offense start rising. You can sense it, even though they're on a calm level. You can sense that spirit of offense rising up. Because it's a generation saying, "Leave me alone. Leave me alone. This is my business. This is what I'm dealing with. Leave me alone." So anytime somebody passed down Legion's way, he began to fight them. Because you enter his territory. When you start dealing with the demonic territory that they're dealing with, they start fighting you and cutting you off. They'll tell you what's not territorial. They'll tell you what you're dealing with that's not territorial, but they won't talk about that territory demon that's got them bound. Y'all quiet on me here. When I start talking about them demonic soul ties, I get so many people pushing away from me. Because that's the problem. And I'm trying to give you an answer. But then you rise up. Y'all better hear me. You'll never get delivered till you expose that territorial demon that got you bound. Y'all quiet on me here. Because see, just saying it's here, I don't know why, ain't good enough for me. Because demons don't come without consent. Demons don't come without you welcoming them in some kind of way. Maybe you conspired with the enemy like Judas did. Maybe you open your mouth about something you shouldn't have been talking about to your enemy, about somebody you shouldn't be talking about. And then you ask God to forgive you, but you never bounce back from it. Y'all come on now. They won't deal with that territorial demon. They'll talk all around it. I've been praying. I've been weak. I've been struggling. But what's the territorial spirit? Where have you made that exchange with the enemy? See, once Judas made that exchange, then the enemy came in. He became the problem. He was with the answer, Jesus. But he became the problem when Satan entered into him. Therefore, he had a problem sitting at the table. He got up and walked into the night to never return again. And so when he became the problem, he slammed the door in the door's face. He slammed the door on salvation. Because he became the problem. Jesus gave him a chance at that table to tell him what you done. All he had, is it I? All the disciples had, is it I? Is it I? Judas asked, is it I? Jesus said, the one that's salt, I give a salt to. Instead of saying it was me, he still took the salt and ate it. Instead of saying it's me, you still come to church shouting. Instead of saying I got a demonic problem, you still come to church testifying and testifying. But the problem couldn't fit in with an answer. There's no fellowship. The darkness have no fellowship with light. See, darkness already entered Judas before he walked into the night. Darkness already was in him. Satan was among the saints, was among the 12 disciples. And the Bible said he was still named a disciple even after he betrayed Jesus. He was still numbered as a 12. You could still be numbered as a saint in this church or any other church and still be a Judas in your heart. And the only time you become an ex-Judas is when you have committed treason or have left the church. Then you're no more a member. You could be a devil and a member at the same time. You could be a devil sitting right up here, a spirit right up in your problem, right up here, an enemy with your leader sitting right in this church, and still named among new beginning. Eating with the preacher, talking with him, laughing, showing them teeth. And still among the 12. But it's not going to be too long if you don't repent. You're going to walk into the night to never return ever again. I don't need no betrayals by me. I know and I sense it. Y'all, come on. You think Jesus was ignorant of Judas? He told Judas before it even happened. He said, woe to the man that betrayed the Son of Man. It was better for him not to be born. I ain't betrayed my leader. Have you talked about him to folks? Have you sit in your house and complained about what you didn't like? Have you got angry with him? Y'all, come on. That's betrayal. Or you giving him the call. Let me tell you something. Judas just didn't separate from Jesus because he didn't know why. He knew why he got away. He wanted that money. And he found out what he betrayed Jesus for wasn't even worth it. There was no point of return. He became a problem, and he stayed a problem. And he's still a problem. In hell, waiting for the problem solver to give him his final sentence. So you got too much of an answer to sit here and act like you don't have it. Well, I know what I heard. He gave this to me a few days ago. This morning, I got up and said, God, I'm confused. I got about 3 or 4 sermons. What do you want me to tell these people? I was up late last night preparing. God was speaking to me on something else. And right when I got done with that sermon, God said, now pick up that sermon I gave you the other day. That's what I want you to preach. You'll say it's a waste of time. You'll say, well, you wasted so much time on that one, and you had the other one over here. God said, no. He said, no, it's an act of obedience. Because I need you sharp and not comfortable because you already got a sermon to tell them. I need you on your heels because there's too many problems around you. So you ask yourself the question today. Are you an answer? First lady, can I get a little water, something to drink up? Are you an answer? Well, it's quiet on me. Are you a problem? Are you an answer? Because if you're a problem, you better hurry up and get that thing straight with God. Oh, y'all hear me? Thank you. How much time do you think you got left? I don't, y'all. The Bible said God is not the author of confusion. If you are confused in your mind, it ain't God. Yeah, that's right. It ain't God. Don't become a prophet like Ananias and Sapphira. They both conspired and held a secret together. They disobeyed authority. They disobeyed authority and lied to cover it up. Don't you sit there and team with nobody and lie. When something is told to you to do through God, through order. Y'all better hear me. Let me tell you something. I mean this with the sincerity of my heart. You know you're an answer when God will speak to you about your pastor and give you an answer for him. Am I right, Sister Betty? Y'all quiet. See, when God speaks to you about a pastor, it's accurate. Ain't no baloney. When the last time God gave you an accurate word for your pastor? Y'all quiet on me. When the last time you got before God and God spoke to you to say, now I'm giving you permission to tell him this? Or you too busy having a problem, or you keep needing somebody to keep having you solve your problem. And you can't, y'all come on, son. Yeah. What have God spoken in your heart to do? Y'all come on now. What God said, I need you to do this for the church, or do that for the church, or do this or do that. Are we too busy taking till you can't hear God on how to give? Y'all come on now. I've given you to be an answer, said the Lord. And folks will sit right in a church like this and go right back home to that same spirit and level they came to church on. But God told me, I hear the Lord. You can't be a problem sitting here with the answer too long. Because I promise you, after a while, something's about to change. If I'm going to keep praying, I'm going to keep fasting, I'm going to keep seeking God, but something is going to change after a while. Time to get some tracts. Go out there and hand them out. Go on the street. Get out your feelings. Get yourself together, and I'm going to hand a tract. I'm going to go to the grocery store. God, you lead me. Show me who to join myself to today. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. Everybody ain't qualified to witness to everybody. If God ain't leading you to witness to that man, woman, you leave him alone. Uh-oh, see, that's a whole other sermon there. Some folks let the witness to people because they look good. Oh, man. Hey, do you know Jesus? Because they look nice. God didn't tell you to join that. It got quiet on me today, boy. I can't. I'm about to shut my. See, the Bible gone. It's off. It's gone. Because she fine. I'm going to go talk to her. So you're using the Bible as a means to flirt. I'm going to tell you, Shando. I hear the Lord say today, you will always be a problem until you come clean. You can't offend leadership and just brush it under the rug like ain't nothing happened. Just under the rug, keep going on. You know you got angry. You know your spirit wasn't right. You know your heart wasn't right. You know you betrayed leadership. You know you gave them cold shoulders. You know you talked about them. And you're going to shove it under the rug and come and shout and smile in their face. You a liar and you a problem. And God going to get you till you get deliverance. It's still there. It just covered up. They just got the suits and the dresses on. But it's inside that heart. Because let me tell you something. You can always apologize. If it ain't out your heart, it's going to happen again. So ask yourself, am I the answer today? Or am I a problem? Do I need an answer? Or am I the answer to give hope to those that need it outside these doors? I'm going to be real with you. This church should be packed out to the capacity. He said, but it's not enough room in my house. Because the altar too crowded with saved folks. Y'all, come on, Lord. We don't like that one today. Listen, I can't crowd it out, Sister Linda, First Lady. Because my altar too crowded with saints that should be an answer to them that's coming in. How many times do we got to get delivered, Sister Linda? How many times I got to keep breaking stuff? You keep throwing up in buckets. Because really, I'm hurting me and I'm hurting you by keep doing that. When all you got to do is clothe yourself with righteousness. Clothe yourself with a good attitude. Y'all come on now. Get down on them knees and pray. Because if you're not praying, you are a problem. If I was to ask y'all, listen, I'll make you feel guilty by sitting your online church. If I was to ask everybody who have a prayer life and raise your hand, I wonder how many people would raise their hand. I'm in a life of prayer. I mean, you get down and talk to God as much as you can. Some days be so packed where you can't always just get on your knees because so much going on. And you got to get it in some kind of way, but you can't get it in like you want to get it in. You don't make no excuse not to do it, but you can't really get in it like you want to because the day been packed. But I'm talking about folks that make daily time with God, regardless how the day went. That's a prayer life. You don't make that sacrifice of prayer. That's why you're dealing with so many problems. I can pray for you until you glow like angels and cherubims around the throne. If you don't have a prayer life for yourself, my prayers can't save you. My prayer, your prayer got to join together to get some results for you. What look like I'm fasting for you that God give you the breakthrough, but I'm seeing you at Burger King. I'm sitting hungry for days. I'm fasting for their breakthrough. And I'm down the street. Lord, keep me. I'm so weak. And I see you're getting big Whoppers and double meat cheese Whoppers. And no onions, no pickles, no mustard. Is that sister coming out with 5 bags? And I'm sitting there going without food for you? Well, my pastor praying for me. It's all good. What about your prayer? I'm about done. I'm going to get through. I'm done. Come on, give God some praise. Oh, somebody looking for you to give them an answer. If Whoever need prayer, come down at one time.